So due to an overwhelming request by you guys on a poll I recently put out, today I'm going to give you my full thoughts on Dolce & Gabbana The One, Mysterious Night. Stay tuned. So before I jump into the presentation, for those of you wondering, I did pick up The One Mysterious Night. Steve over at Kingdom Fragrances had a 100 ml and a 150 ml when he was doing a live on Facebook a few weeks back. So I went ahead and claimed and purchased the 100 ml. That's how I got my bottle. He doesn't have a stock of them right now. And it's not the easiest fragrance to get. They're out there, but they're not as cheap as they used to be. But let's discuss on if it's worth the money it's fetching. Starting off with this beautiful, beautiful box. These were actually made for the Middle East. Language right there. Exclusive edition, Dolce & Gabbana The One. It doesn't say Mysterious Night anywhere on here. We have batch information. Some more fragrance information on the back. Decent box. Now on to this gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. You can see some of my fingerprints. It is a fingerprint magnet. Has all the gold print. It's very reflective. Has a deep cardinal, dark red, translucent glass. Very gorgeous with the brushed gold look on the cap. Fragrance information on the bottom. Etched into the glass instead of a sticker. That's a very nice touch. Nothing on the back. Cap holds into place, but not the strongest thing. I wouldn't really want to pick it up that way. And then the atomizer on it gets the job done. Let's talk about this scent. So I actually put classification and release, and I'll put the notes right there for you guys. So in the opening on this one, you're going to get a blast of the oud and the rose. It's what it's known for. And I can tell you, upon the initial spray on this one, I don't really get any grapefruit, but I do get a lot of saffron. And it adds a bit of spice to it. The amber that's found in the original Dolce & Gabbana The One is very present here. I don't get any of the tobacco, but I definitely get the amber and the tonka bean, and that comes out more and more as time progresses. But in the opening, it's mainly that oud, rose, and saffron that kind of just punches me in the nose. It's really distinct that that's what I'm getting. And as it starts to transition and calm down a little bit, it starts to get a little bit more powdery, where the amber comes in a bit more. The tonka bean, the amber, and the rose here really make this quite a powdery fragrance. And it's not an, grandma kind of rose. That's kind of a stigma that rose heavy fragrances can get. This one's not that case. This is very warm, very spicy. Not very spicy, but it's definitely warm and spicy. Extremely woody with the precious woods that are used in here. And the way it's, for as much that's in this fragrance making it powdery, I don't find it's too powdery. It's actually very pleasant. It's not any more powdery than any of my iris-based fragrances are. Your Prada Homme, your Dior Homme, stuff like that. It's not any more powdery than those, and this has no iris. So as time progresses, it does get more and more powdery, and it does continue to stay warm from start to finish. And the amber really comes through in that transition and going into the dry down. The tonka bean comes out a lot more in the base. Obviously in your dry down, it adds some powderiness and a beautiful underlying sweetness. This one's not overly sweet, but the quality on this one, I mean, it's not just bordering niche quality. You can tell they definitely went with some high quality oils on this. This does smell like a niche level fragrance. It definitely smells of high quality. Nothing comes off synthetic to me. It's not the most natural smelling fragrance I have ever smelled. I do have other fragrances that are, far and wide higher quality than this one, but for a designer, I don't know if it can really get much more high quality than Dolce & Gabbana The One Mysterious Night, because it really stands on its own from a quality standpoint. It's just a gorgeous fragrance from start to finish. It's very elegant, definitely geared towards the evening, as in the name, Mysterious Night. It's definitely one that begs you to wear it in an evening event, date type of setting. Yeah, you can wear it during the day if you would like. I wouldn't advise wearing this in the spring and summer and early fall. Definitely not geared for the warmer weather. But in the cool to cold weather, It definitely shines for that. Performance is also very good on this one. It's above average. It's beyond 8 hours, in that 9 to 10 hour range on my skin. It just keeps going. It never really wants to completely fade away. And projection kind of falls into that same category with above average, where it's not overly beast mode filling a room in projection, but it's very well pronounced to where someone can, in a well circulated room, someone can smell you across the room. That was actually my experience the last time I wore this one. The comment that was made, she was every bit of 10 feet away from me, you know. It definitely projects pretty well, and it was a few hours into me wearing it at that point. Projection never really gets too close to the skin, but it never gets too far out. It gets out in the air and really gets moving in a well circulated room, but it's not an overbearing type of scent. So projection's very, very good on this one. I would go in that above average range where it's right below beast mode. If you spray a little too heavy, it's definitely a beast mode fragrance. This one I would say less is more with this fragrance, where anywhere from 3 to 5 sprays is probably the sweet spot. 3 sprays in a more intimate setting, 5 sprays in a more open setting, and you'll get plenty of performance. You'll definitely get noticed, and you'll probably smell like the best smelling person in the room. Well guys, that was my full thoughts on Dolce & Gabbana The One Mysterious Night. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have already smelled this? I gotta say, I really want to get my hands on Royal Night now as well, because Mysterious Night is, I can't say it's the best in the line until I check out Royal Night, but from where I stand right now, I've smelled almost every single The One fragrance in the line. This has blown away all of them. I've tried Sport. I've smelled Gentleman on someone before. I have the Eau de Toilette. I have EDP Intense. I have the one Gray. I've smelled the EDP a ton of times. That's why I haven't bought it, because I have the EDT. It's pretty much the same fragrance, just a little bit weaker. This blows them all away. So if you like oud, you like rose, you like amber, spice, powdery fragrances, if any of that sounds enticing to you, this is a damn good fragrance and absolutely worth owning. At the very least, worth trying. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on The One Mysterious Night and you give it a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.